Hi, this is Amy Jones.
Hello.
Hey, Walter.
Hey, buddy. Hey, is this Tanner?
Hey, David, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Well, first off, congratulations. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, 20 years old last year, and it's still going strong.
Yeah, well, that was the beginning. That was absolutely the beginning. It started that show in '92. We're just celebrating our 20th anniversary. Well, and now it's kind of going on the 21st. And it's pretty incredible that the show has still got such a massive following, and now the kids that used to be kids have kids, and their kids are becoming fans. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, they may or may not have been a Power Ranger for Halloween last year, so.
I think I like that about you. Yes, sir. Exactly.
You were a Power Ranger?
Maybe. And my girlfriend may or may not have been the Pink Ranger.
Aw, I love it.
So.
Okay, all right. Where'd you get your costume?
Well, the anniversary last year, they were releasing all this stuff again. Like, they re-released costumes for Halloween. Yeah, I know. Did you get any of that? Did you get a piece of that? Come on.
Not a dime. No, it's okay. I didn't make it up. I didn't create it.
But what was it like going everywhere and just seeing your face and everything and all that merchandise?
I mean, for me, it was kind of a surreal experience. It's hard to really grasp what all is going on and how much merchandising there is. And then when you do have dolls that are formed after you and they have your face, so to speak, it's a weird thing to watch kids playing with a doll that's modeled after you. But obviously, it's very exciting as an actor to get to have action figures and to have all that stuff made after you.
Yeah, my mom threw out all my action figures of you and stuff, and I haven't talked to her since. It was a terrible moment in my life.
Very traumatic, I'm sure. I'm sorry that she threw them away.
I know, man.
I hate it when that happens.
Oh, it was so. I had the cool ones and the heads that flipped. I had the whole set, and they're all gone.
Oh man, and they're becoming worth so much more money now.
I know. I go on eBay. I'm like, maybe I'll just buy some again. And no. That's they're expensive, very expensive stuff. Do you have any merch still kicking around your place you could send up here?
Yeah, I got a few things, and then sometimes the fans also give me things. So what I don't have, and I wish I had, and I'm gonna probably have to go and break down and buy one, is a Megazord. I don't have one of those, but the new 20th anniversary toys, they're looking pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to check those out too.
I hear you can
go back to wardrobe.
You can get a morpher and the dragon dagger and all that stuff. It's all back. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, dragon daggers, the morphers, the dolls. So, yeah, the merchandise is still living. I'm still not getting paid on it, but it's all good.
How about the costumes? You ever put them on at home? Walk around for old time's sake?
I don't have my costume.
Why not?
I don't know. I didn't steal it when I left.
I'll mail you the one that we got. It's not movie quality, but it's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I'll wear it next year. That'd be awesome.
With the costumes, though, how did they decide who got what color? Did you guys get to pick?
No, we don't get to choose our colors. They're just kind of assigned to us, and they were all predetermined, I would say, before we were even cast. And I just think when they were creating the show, they just kind of set it up that each character would have such and such color. So we don't get to choose, but I was very happy to be blue.
Now that character, the whole idea with Billy being kind of like the science guy, the smart one, has that a lot to do with your personality? Was it kind of a typecast role? Is that you?
Unfortunately, no. I'm not very smart in that sense, like science and math and inventing things. So no, I was very much playing a character and was allowed to create a character. So it was a fun gig as an actor.
Very cool.
To play something completely opposite than yourself.
So do you wear glasses in real life then, or is that just a character thing too?
When I was on the show, I did not wear glasses in real life, but as I've gotten older, yes, I do need glasses now and then. I wear contacts as opposed to glasses.
That's the better alternative, hey? But with the Black Ranger, there are stories online. I'm not sure if these are just myths or what, but the whole assignment of colors thing, and people say that maybe the creators were racist when you were assigned yours.
No, not at all. It was coincidental. I mean, I know it seemed odd, but actually, the very first season of the show, the very first pilot of the show, I was always read for the character Zachary Taylor, who ended up being the Black Ranger. I wasn't even sure which colored suited ranger I would be, but in the end it was the Black Ranger that they chose. But the Yellow Ranger was actually a Latin girl, and originally in the pilot, Audrey Dubois. And then she asked for more money, and they let her go. And then they brought in Thuy Trang, who ended up being the Yellow Ranger for the remainder of the seasons. That was a little odd because now it drew more attention to the fact that I was an African American in a black costume, because now she was an Asian American in a yellow costume. But I think it was just coincidental. Apparently, what I was told is they had always kind of had in mind what they wanted. They wanted the one to play Jason, the Red Ranger. He was the lead. Obviously, he was going to be the lead. They wanted a character like Austin St. John, and that's what they were looking for. And then his best friend was going to be the person that was with him all the time. And in the Japanese footage, the Black Ranger was often with the Red Ranger, so it ended up being that I was the Black Ranger, and I was also an African American, his best friend. Now, they could have cast it so that there was no African American in the show at all, and then, that would have been worse. I can't see that it was prejudice in any way. I mean, I was a superhero, and I don't attach any negativity to it at all.
And how about that moment when you decided to finally leave the show? What was it like, or why did that come to be? Now, Amy, you're one of the longest running Power Rangers, I guess, next to Jason David Frank.
Actually, I only did it for 2 years, and then I did 158 episodes. That's how hard they worked us. And
Wow.
And I left after 2 years. I actually asked to leave because I was sort of ready to move on. And they were very nice, and they gave me a movie called Susie Q, and wrote me out. And so it was all on good, happy terms, but yeah.
Yeah, the show, we were just about to do the film, and the show was a non-union show, which means that the actors are not protected by, Screen Actors Guild rules or regulations, and for a film, for it to be going from the television show, which was hugely successful, and to a film, which was also going to be hugely successful, and still be non-union, I just thought it was a little unfair. So I was in the process of negotiating to make it better, and the negotiation just didn't work out.
Now, the Blue Ranger has a bit of a different story, although stories online say, David, that you left because of a contract, but what was the real reason that you left the show?
Yeah, the contract, when people say I left because of money, it just doesn't make sense because I was the longest running actor at that point. So if I was going to have left for money, I would have left long before I left. And the unfortunate reason why I left the show was just because of who I am as a human being. I'm a gay man, and there was just a lot of rumors and questioning of my sexuality going on, which made my work environment difficult for me. And so, I just had heard things, and I know a producer was asking my co-stars about my sexuality, and it just became a very uncomfortable situation for me, and I decided to leave.
Do you think, coming out then opposed to now, do you think it would have been a lot different for you on set, or do you think it wouldn't have really mattered during the time frame? Like now we have songs like Macklemore's Same Love, that is a huge song on radio right now, and it's more accepted, it's more, you think it would have been different for you now?
I think it would still be difficult for any gay actor to come out now. I don't know that. Obviously the social environment is completely different, and we appear to be more accepting, and we are, but still for actors in Hollywood wanting to have a successful career and not be stereotyped into just playing gay roles, it would still be a very difficult thing for someone to do. Obviously more and more people are coming out, which is great. So the more people that do that, we are going to break the mold and be able to just be actors and play whatever roles we get cast into. But it would still be, I think, even in 2013, very difficult to come out as a gay person.
Wow. Now, considering all those struggles, then why go back? Like I see you on pictures online. You still do some of these conventions, like you say. Why go back to that? What's your reason for returning?
Well, I why not go back? What I'm doing now has nothing to do with what I was doing, what started 20 years ago, and those people that maybe made life somewhat difficult for me, I don't run into.
I guess so.
You know, and it's more about getting to meet the fans. Obviously, a lot of people have been fans of the show for 20 years, and the fact that they're still around and they still want to meet us is very exciting. And, you know, Power Rangers is always going to be part of who I am, and I don't harbor any bad feelings about that experience. You know, just where I was in my life as a gay person, it just didn't work out that great in the end. But overall, I loved the job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was very excited to go to work every day. So there wasn't a day that I didn't want to be at work.
Now, if you were asked today to go back to the show, would you go back?
Oh, they've called.
Really? And say no? No go?
No, they don't pay anything. Not that that matters, but it does a little bit, right?
You and Jason have different standards? Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I don't know. To put the Pink Ranger costume back on, you're going to have to pay me a lot of money. Sorry. An old lady running around in a Pink Ranger costume. I mean, it was my first job. I was grateful just to be working, and then I was done. I was like, oh, okay. I'm done wearing spandex on television.
Yeah, I like how you put the on television in there, because don't rule it out altogether here.
No.
On the other side of this, though, we got Jason David Frank, who is still going strong with the whole Power Ranger thing, and I hear he's trying for a Power Ranger reunion of sorts. Do you know anything about this?
Well, I don't know if he's completely responsible for getting a reunion together, but he is looking at talking to promoters about seeing if he can get everyone at a con, which is, you know, not necessarily up to him, but it's something that we're all looking forward to doing.
Did you ever think that you would be here, though? Like, years later, here we are, and people want to see you guys together again, and this show is still alive. It's on Netflix now. A whole new generation of fans are loving the show.
No. I mean, when we all got into this show, but I'll only speak for me, I don't want to speak for everybody else, you know, we had no concept of what would happen. I don't think anybody did, because the original pilot was extremely cheesy, and the show is kind of very campy and very over the top. So, you know, for me, it was just like, oh, great, this is going to be a great first gig. But never in a million years would I think 20 years later I would still be here talking about this show and doing all the things I'm doing. It's surreal, and it's exciting, and it's awesome, and I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity. I mean, most actors don't get to be associated with a show that has this kind of an impact.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Take care. Be well.